When I came to Larry H. Miller about a week ago, they had about 6 dualies sitting here, and this was one of them. Unfortunately, someone backed out of it, and it's available here. So if you are in the market, be sure to check these guys out. I'm going to do a quick walk around on it for you guys so you guys can see the options that were chosen, and I'm going to show you the payload. Let's get into it. So here's a window sticker. We won't take too much time on this, but base price is going to be at $64,575. And then here's some of your standard equipment. Be sure to pause if you want to see more. And starting off, the options are down here. So that Delmonico red is $200 because it is a pearl paint. Cold weather group, heavy duty snowplow, and fifth wheel is down here too. And then chrome appearance is $13.45. At the top here, it continues with the chrome. And then Laramie level A was $23.25. And here's a few other options listed here, including that 410, which gives you a little bit extra towing. High up and Cummins is the most expensive option on here at $12,395. And dual rear wheel was $14.95. So all in, destination is at $18.95 with a total price of $86,610. Now, because this is a Laramie, you are going to have standard LED headlights, and the running lights are going to be LED. Down below, the fog lights are also going to be LED too. And this has a chrome appearance, as you saw. So it's going to have the chrome tow hooks, chrome front bumper, and on Delmonico red, let's just face it, chrome is just, it's powerful. It looks really good on this truck. And nothing new here but parking sensors off to the side and also in the center of the bumper. And check out that aluminum hood. This is how Ram was able to get the weight down on this truck for 2019, and it carries on to this model year 2. Now it does have a 17-inch aluminum wheel, and it is going to be wrapped in necks and tires. Now, the first thing I would do if I got this truck was upgrade these tires. You can do it here at Larry H. Miller too if you like. These are going to be a LT 235/80/17. And then here are the capacities for the tire right here. So you're going to have 80 PSIs at 3,085 pounds for single, and then 2,835 pounds for dual. Solid front axle up front, which is great for towing, as I've experienced on my GMC. And look how robust that thing looks too. Now this one does have the clearance lights, which comes standard with the dually because of wider hips, and chrome accent on the mirrors, which is pretty much what you see even on the regular Laramie too. Now you can power the convex and your main mirror, and this one does have a light here for backing up your trailer. Now I did notice it doesn't have the 360 camera view, which is actually fine because you save a little bit of money on those features that you probably won't use anyways. Chrome running board down below. And I must say, it looks pretty darn good too. Now, who would ever order a dually truck without a 50-gallon fuel tank? This one does have, as you just saw, 5.7-gallon DEF tank. And this one does not have air suspension, but look, you have 2 overload leaf springs, and you have an additional leaf spring down below. I forget what they call this leaf here. I'll put it here in the video. And then you have 4 leaves in the main pack. But this is the most robust suspension I've ever seen on any dually truck of all time. Like, this is it right here, besides the air suspension. They do give you the lights on each side of the dually bed. And something that's really cool that Ram did was they did add this sensor here to protect your dually side. So that way, if you are backing up and you forget that you have wide hips, yeah, you won't damage your bed. And check out the stance on this dually, man. This looks so stinking good. I gotta tell you, one day I'll have a dually, but man, they do look really good. So because this is a Laramie, you are gonna have an assisted tailgate with a backup camera. And I like the chrome accents on this truck. The Delmonico really does look good with the chrome. 4 and 7 pin connector, and they do give you your cargo bed plug here. 5th wheel prep package is already there, and you do have some lights above here for the bed too. They also give you a light for your class 5 receiving hitch. And this does have the optional 410 rear, which makes this basically max tow. So it does come standard with the 373. And you cannot get that 410 with a single rear wheel, which is really nice. So if you need that max tow number, you have it with this truck. LED tail lights, LED license plate lights, And I didn't show you, but you have a 4 and 7-pin connector for your conventional trailer too. And look at the sunset on that beautiful Delmonico. Gosh, it looks so good. Wow. So here is the high output Cummins. As I've said in other videos, or will say in other videos, this is the best towing configuration of all times. This engine and this transmission love to be under load. So if you need a good hauler for your horse trailer, for your fifth wheel, for your tag trailer, whatever you have that's heavy, this is the way to go. And this is going to be good for 420 horsepower, 1,075 pound-feet of torque. Currently it's class leading in torque, and the first and second gear in this transmission is pretty darn deep too. And one thing I love about the Cummins, I've always said it in the past, when you're under load, this is a different engine. It's like the computer unlocks all the power. So basically when you're under load, this thing sounds like a monster from zero. One thing I like about the Laramie trim is it has a little bit of luxury, a little bit of cowboy. So check out this wood trim piece. I think that the black interior for the Laramie is the best. Personally, I do like the saddle interior, but man, this black with suede is just beautiful. They also have it down below here. And this is a rare setup because this has a 6-passenger configuration. And who doesn't like an extra seat? And what's really cool about this center console, I'm going to kind of skip over here. They do provide that additional USB in there. But if you flip this up, there's actually additional storage below the seat. I always forget about that when I do my reviews because other manufacturers don't give that to you. But check out the door card. As I said, it has really nice appointments to it. The wood trim, soft touch everywhere. I love the aluminum style for the door too. And seat memories, you can control that convex mirror too, which is the only manufacturer doing that right now. Automatic up and down for the front windows, and you have to hold it for the rears, unfortunately, but storage everywhere on the door. And getting in and out is really easy. They do give you that grab handle. You can adjust the pedals. You do not have a telescoping steering wheel, but you can tilt it. I think having the pedals does help not having the telescoping. I think it does work together. So I'm glad that they actually give that to you. But stepping inside, this truck is super easy. When you close the door, it feels like you're closing a quality made truck. Just saying. And let's go ahead and go through this 7-inch. I'm going to do a little bit more videos before the end of the year because I'm telling you, if you're in the market for a Ram, this is the time to get it. I'm serious when I say that because this is the price point that everybody's looking for, and these trucks are going to be going up quite a bit next year. So the 7-inch cluster is the best in the game, and the reason why is because of this tab here. Now, they give you tire pressure monitoring for all 6 tires. If you get an F450, you don't have this. Moving on, you do have the coolant, trans, oil, boost pressure. One of my favorite, if you have to monitor this trash on your truck, Ram gives you a gauge to make sure that if your truck wants to go in regen, you can kind of catch it before it does. But normally if you're staying under load, like if you're towing a trailer, or if you're on a highway a lot too, this will always show like this. And here's some of the maintenance items here: oil and fuel filter, battery voltage, exhaust brake, and here's my favorite, gauge summary. This is big when you're towing, especially in the heat of the summer. When we were coming down to Utah, I blew a tire because it was like 105 degrees outside. And it's just really important to view this if you are towing heavy. One thing I like to see, and I'm probably gonna mention in another video, is they should do a tire temperature. That way you can see the tire temperature as you're driving too. And then here's some of your engine idle hours. So you can do it for your drive and for the idle. And then back to the front here. So here's your cruise control on the side here. And this is how I was controlling that screen. And you do have buttons on the back of the steering wheel. Now, something I don't always show, I never show this to you. If you hit the cruise button, if you turn it on and you hit set, that will engage your high idle. And Ram does it the best. You can set it to up to 1500 RPMs. With GM, it's either on or off. But I like how Ram allows you to, you can put it wherever you want. Maybe you need it high because
you need that sucker to get hot quickly, or if you don't really need it to, it'll let you do it just over 1,000 RPMs. And if you hit cruise control, it just turns it back off. That's just cool to have, because even if you remote start the truck, it'll automatically high idle for you too, which is something that I don't think my GMC does. But home link is above, LED lights. This is really beautiful how they set this up. And I think the ergonomics of the Ram are the best. Not having the 12-inch display does allow you to retain these buttons here. And I just like having hard buttons, and even like for your climate control, it's just a little bit easier to use. UConnect 5 is a game changer. I think that people still have not caught up to Stellantis with this. Like, this is the best. Like, the way they've laid this out, the way that you can customize the main screen, like you can add pages, it's just really good. And yeah, there's 3 areas that you can add stuff to, which is really cool. So it's like a main menu that you can get to really quickly. So I really will commend Ram on that. They have done a great job from the UConnect 4 to this one. Navigation's right here. Something that I just noticed, if you go to vehicles and you go to settings, if you go to trailer, they did add a tow nav. I think you have to be connected to a trailer, however, because when you're setting up your trailer, it's specific for the trailer that you're at. So you could probably measure the height and probably even the length of your trailer. So they announced that earlier this year, but they never showed this till now. Finishing off the interior, you do have auxiliaries down below. Of course, your tow haul and exhaust brake, front and rear parking sensors, trailer brake. And one thing I like about your trailer brake, it does show in your main screen too. So wherever you're setting your gain to, it's all configured by here, and it shows up here too. And here's your glove box, top and bottom. They do illuminate this one. And then check out the dash design too. Some stitching up there, Laramie badge, a little bit of storage above there. And then if you have some sunshades, they can go right up here. Almost forgot, USBs down below. There is some storage here and a power plug on this side. Out back, you do have a really good design door card, and everything's pretty much pointed the same as you saw on the front. And this does have a 60/40 bench with storage below. There is a subwoofer on that side, so you do lose some of the storage, but they do provide storage bins on both sides back here. 4 USBs, and you do have a power plug down below too. Air vents to keep everybody comfortable back here. And if there's no one sitting in the center seat, they do provide cup holders and an armrest. And something I don't normally point out either is they do have seat back pockets, which come in handy because this cab is a little bit smaller, but it's adequate. And you can actually sleep back here too if you do travel. Now, as far as the numbers go, this is going to have a gross axle weight rating up front at 6,000 pounds. The rear is 9,750 pounds. If you got a single rear wheel, it'll be 7,000. So you have a really robust axle. 14,000 pound GVWR, and all in payload capacity is going to be 5,196 pounds. So this has a ton of capacity. Any fifth wheel out there that you want, you have the capacity to tow it. Toy hauler, don't matter. This is the truck you want to buy. I'm going to show you guys the towing numbers here, but let's go ahead and look at some numbers with a fifth wheel trailer. That way you guys have an idea of how big of a trailer you can go.
So here's the fifth wheel we're going to be using for the example. This is a massive 47 foot. This is a Heartland Cyclone, and it's the 4014C. This does have a 14-foot garage, huge living area, 2 bathrooms, full baths too, by the way. And it still has a dedicated dinette, which I love. I am going to show you guys around the RV, but let's take a look at some of the specs here. So this RV is huge, 21,000 GVWR. So this is definitely dually territory. Dry weight around 16.5. Hitch weight's pretty high too. And look at the cargo carrying capacity. So you could almost put a car back there if it's within 14 foot. And fresh tank, as I mentioned, is 150 gallons. Huge black and gray tanks. And you have 3 AC units too, all 15,000. That's 45,000 BTU of AC. So this is a massive RV. And let me show you guys the virtual tour of it really quickly. Let me just set it up for you. So here it is. So you have your sink on the outside, but this is a full bath. And yeah, it's a stand shower. It is a nice size, but look how big this garage is. Massive. Happy Jack systems right there. It does have a back patio with a door. So really nice setup. Of course, you have your entrance for the garage, which you normally see. But walking into the main area, dinette on the side, you do have a pop-up desk right there, which is unique. 2 nice sofas, large television with a fireplace, tons of countertop space, and check out that 4-burner cooktop too. That's actually a residential one, I think. It has a big oven from what it looks like. Large microwave, residential refrigerator, and high ceilings, which you'd normally expect in a toy hauler. 2 entrances for the bathroom, and 1-piece shower. This is really nice. Under the counter sink. Yeah, this is the perfect setup here. And bedroom has a lift on the bed here, and really cool closet layout here. And there's additional, this is probably where the washer and dryer goes. And tons of countertop space too. And they do already give you that television in here. But let's go ahead and put the numbers in the spreadsheet so we can see how much capacity will be left over if you tow with this Laramie dually. So here are the numbers. I maxed everything out. You just saw the GVWR and the payload on the door. I did get these numbers off of Ram's website, but the gross combined vehicle weight rating is going to be 43,000 pounds. And towing capacity is big on this truck. I mean, this is a high output and it has that 410, so that's why that number is so high. But I maxed out the passengers at 525 pounds. And as far as your cargo goes, you're probably not going to be able to use a 5th wheel hitch for this setup because this is a heavy 5th wheel. So I used a Gen Y pin box because that would save you a little bit of weight up there. And so with everything in, I have the hitch weight right here at 4,370 pounds. And I'm figuring 19,000 pounds loaded. Now, some people have told me that if you put a toy in the back that's pretty heavy, figure 8 to about 1,500 pounds in that ballpark, you will take a little bit of weight off of the hitch. However, Heartland is saying that this 5th wheel is putting about 23% pin weight on the truck. So I just took 19,000 and multiplied it by 23% to get this number. And with your passengers, cargo, and your 5th wheel pin weight, you only have a pound left. So I literally have it right on the edge. Quite honestly, this 5th wheel is going to be in that next class territory. So I would say around 4,500. And then that way you can get that 16.5 GVWR and get a couple thousand more pounds of payload once you add your hauler bed, things like that.
But hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to give Larry H. Miller a look up here in Sandy and let him know you saw the video if you do decide to purchase. Thank you.